Good morning and welcome to AP World History. I am Mr. Priestley. I will be teaching this course over fall semester of 2020. I just want to start out with a little bit of information and overview, and then also some ways in which you can contact me and how to go about navigating the class. So as I mentioned, I am Mr. Priestley. I will also be teaching the class with Mr. Tomzak, and both of our emails are there. If you need to reach me at any point in time, you could email me at the dpriestley at lhs210.net. Email is going to be the primary and best way in which you can get in touch with me. I also do have a voicemail inbox, but I will be able to respond much more swiftly, quickly with that of my email. I will also check my email at least once in the evening of school nights just to make sure there are no questions from particular students. So the overview of AP World History is really to be able to look at significant events, significant developments, the contributions of particular individuals, to be able to see how all of these processes of the past really do kind of shape our global understanding and global connectivity of the present. So we're going to be focusing on a variety of different historical thinking skills, practices, interpretations of documents, in addition to a variety of other types of thinking skills that can be utilized within kind of the global context, but then also be able to apply to other classes and other social sciences. For a textbook, we always make available the textbook World History Patterns of Interaction. This textbook is only issued to students if they would like a hard copy of a book to be able to reference. The text that we will use primarily would be the reference of our database of ABC Clio's World History, the Modern Era. So this is essentially an online database, which is much more user-friendly and engaging than a textbook. We will use this text quite often in class. So in the Google Classroom that I have set up for our classes for AP World History, I will give you the login and I will give you the password information to be able to access this text from home. With the grading for the course is obviously going to be weighted in that it's an AP course, but we will also be weighting the grades on two categories. One category would be that of the summative category, which will generally include end of unit writing responses such as LEQs and DBQs. We will give short answer and multiple choice test questions to prep students for the AP World History exam, but then we will also utilize those as consistent checks for understanding of information. So they're used more as formative checks for students as opposed to that of summative work. With the vast majority of the grade in the course, 70% of the course load will be based upon daily work. So this is including participation, discussion. Also, a variety of different historical thinking activities will be used. We'll do everything from mock trials to that of debates to that to map creation. I try to do my best to blend a variety of different in-class work and in-class historical thinking exercises as a way in which to kind of facilitate this idea of our global understanding, but also with the notion of historical thinking. Many of those assignments can be done and will be done in a collaborative environment, and I will continue to try to use that collaborative environment, even though we are going to be remote for the beginning of the 2020 fall semester. So AP World History is going to have a variety of different expectations that are similar to and also different from other AP history and social studies courses. So this is going to be a class that is going to be asking students to be doing a lot of college level thinking, a lot of college level analysis, and at times college level writing and college level work. It is also going to be understood that this is going to be a course for high school students. So to be able to balance that idea of college workload with that of a high school environment, students really need to be able to make that adjustment as to how they're going to go about structuring their routine for the course. I will always tell students with AP history that the workload and the pace might be demanding and a little bit of a struggle at the beginning of the semester, but it takes a few weeks to maybe a few days to be able to kind of establish that routine, and keeping that routine consistent from week to week is super important. So my suggestion for students is always to kind of think in the 7 to 8 hours per week mindset. This includes class time. Now, with fall semester 2020, our class time is going to be shortened, which means that students are really expected to take that 1 p.m. to 2:37 p.m. time to really enrich and facilitate more of the class on their own. So the 7 to 8 hours per week will include class time, but that is the amount of time you want to be dividing up over 5 to 6 days. I know it's easy to get in that habit of doing things on an every other night basis, but my suggestion for success in an AP history class is to balance out smaller chunks of time over the course of an entire week. So with that being said, you also have to keep in mind the idea of units being comprehensive, which means that past units will always need to be continually referenced by students. So even if it is second semester and we're covering unit 7, students are still expected to be able to retain knowledge and understanding and connectivity to units 1 and 2 from first semester. This is also a little bit of an adjustment for many students as they move into AP history. So homework will be pretty much on the shoulders of students. Students will go home every night, and ultimately, what they will be doing is they will be given an objective. These objectives are taken directly from the College Board course and exam description. So what's nice about that is that students will have this consistent syllabus and objective sheet that they will reference. And by going online, by going on YouTube, you will find a lot of resources, almost too many resources to use that you can connect to your nightly homework and your nightly objectives. So keeping consistent and keeping on a day-to-day pace will be really, really important for students and their successes. Going through the academic integrity, this is something that we stress very highly, specifically in AP classes, because at times academic dishonesty can be involved in some AP classes. So keep your eyes on your own work, be doing your own work. We encourage you to collaborate, but collaboration is different than copying. So work together, but also always kind of be in the process of citing information. Protect yourself against academic dishonesty by citing references, by citing sources, and where you get them. We'll talk a lot more about how that will be done over the course of the semester. So we will go through the process here of academic integrity if we need to. The framework and the flow of how that would be done is within our syllabus. So to finish up, last thing that I'll kind of reference is that there's a variety of connective themes and a variety of historical thinking skills. These are things that are very important in addition to the content. So on a nightly basis, you'll probably be going home and be looking at nightly objectives and finding how you're going to answer them and how you're going to respond to them on a nightly basis. But these themes and these historical thinking skills, which we'll talk a lot more about when we are meeting in our Google Meets, these are the themes that will apply to all objectives and all time periods. So we've attached these here, and we've also attached a variety of other information that you will be able to reference when we're talking about our units of study. If you have any questions about the units of study or there are any sort of concerns that you may have, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. But once again, I want to welcome everybody to AP World History, and I'm really looking forward to having a great fall of 2020. Thank you. Have a great day.